Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I wanted to give everybody a reminder that all of my videos and all of my quote-unquote claims, they're not claims, they're proofs, but all of my work comes with a $500,000 guarantee. I've set aside $500,000 of notarized funds. That's not me saying that, it's notarized bank liquid assets to get acknowledgement for what I've done. It's my constitutional right, Article 1, Subsection 8, Section 8, Subsection 7 of the United States Constitution guarantees citizens their rights to writings and discoveries. I've clearly discovered a lot and written a lot. All of my work is documented on my personal website, firstprinciplescientist.com, as well as my YouTube channel. The merits of what I've done in a variety of subjects are undeniable. But I haven't done like a life update or like a vlog, not really a vlog, but just, I don't know if I would make it a language litigation and integration video, but just giving you an update what I'm going to do for the next couple months. Talk about Brad's book club, but I just wanted to put out there, people say put your money where your mouth is. My money is literally where my mouth is. My constitutional rights are violated. I've done everything I possibly could to the most extreme, sensible, reasonable way possible to try to alleviate or fix that. So the people that are, again, not acknowledging my work, to the people that are watching this video and don't know who I am, I've done a bunch of research and a lot of it overlaps with classified engineering applications of technology, and so they haven't acknowledged my work in any sort of public, meaningful way. So that's why you're seeing me on YouTube with 700 subscribers, like, who is this guy? But that's why the money's up there. It has nothing to do with being, look at money. It's just like, put your money where your mouth is. Okay, if you can't meet that simple requirement, then just move along. But I do a lot of research. I really like educating. And so that's kind of where that's at. And if you want to look through any of that stuff, it's documented extensively in the series Language, Litigation, and Integration. But, so I just wanted to talk about, again, what I'm going to be covering intellectually. Still going to be working on my derivation for the axiomatizing sensorality, which, again, if you're new to this channel, that's the From Rhythm to Algorithm series. It's just literally first principle derivation. I've made tremendous progress in mathematical and physical proofing, all from first principles to the point where the proofs are literal, where it's like I say, here's a notebook. You can't say there's not a notebook. Well, you literally can, but it's not true. And so the validity of what I've done is undeniable. But you actually have to watch the thing. But so, be focusing on making good progress on Goodbye Eastern Europe. I really like history books. It gives you a good leeway. So again, did a lot of language stuff. So probably, I'm thinking of another little series or spin-off called Correct My Language, where like I tried to message somebody in Russian on Reddit just to like try. And so what I did was, I just, hey, can you send me something in Cyrillic? Because I like to use the Cyrillic alphabet. And then I'll try to respond and you can tell me if it makes any sense or not. And so he sends me something, and what I did was I wrote out in English exactly what came to mind. And then I tried to figure that out in Russian. And so, there's certain phrases that I'm confident using, certain ones I'm not really sure, and just, see what happens. He didn't end up responding. But point being is that I couldn't tell you why, but maybe just put out there just that type of, written down in English, how I would say it directly in English, then try to translate that into a target language, and then just commentate the corrections that native speakers give me. That might be a good idea. But point being is, we'll start with history books. That will give us a good talking point or basis for language or maps or geography or socioeconomic topics, stuff of that nature. Again, a very, not structured, but similar to a YouTube equivalent of a book report or a class discussion that you do at a university. I am going to keep the book report ones to not read-throughs, just analysis or just commentation on what I think, just things that jump out. That's what I decided to do. And so I'll always be doing derivation literally as long as I'm breathing, but we'll be focusing on the book club with emphasis on history, geography, and linguistics. Again, currently reading Goodbye Eastern Europe by Jacob Mikanowski. And I'll probably hopefully get through two or three, but probably at least two books or three. Again, I'm just doing this slow as a side project. But probably, I don't know, another history book. Again, I've already done United States history, Western Europe history, probably like Southeast Asia or somewhere in Africa. Did the Middle East. But for history, like I'll talk about that. So I'll talk about that in the book club episodes. But we'll be discussing capitals of nations as something I've studied and liked. Different mountains, ranges, rivers. Just anything that pops up in these books. It just gives you a good holistic perspective to or context to start talking about different aspects of history, language, so on and so forth. So that's really that for the fall curriculum of 2025 in Brad's classroom. But I got pretty good updates on, again, my liver failed because of classic drinking too much, but I've had absolutely zero problem with not drinking. Again, just had money and boredom. And so, but it doesn't affect my output, one good or bad. It's just when you're bored, it's like time to do some drugs. But absolutely zero problem not drinking anymore. Trying to keep my health at least a little bit on track. But I really don't care because my life is such a fucking joke at this point. But got some, again, at least seemingly good things from the doctor or the hospital. But so just, I'm just gonna go full bore into more research and more content output and more creative processing. Just get as much as I possibly can done. Recently sold my house. Glad to have that out of the way. Hated owning a house. I would sat on the same couch every single day. Get to live back at the parents, kind of by choice, but really it just makes more practical sense. So I'm gonna make the best of that, but I really don't care. But finally got healthcare through Medicaid. That was another nice, fun process. But I'm proudly not a homeowner. That shit really sucked. That whole process. I might make another video. And then the final thing that I have in store for this fall is I might trade some stocks since I did own my house in full. So I sold that, pretty much break even. But I might start back up the economic stuff, maybe allocate, a couple $1,000s and go trade some stocks and just make some videos of live trading. We'll see about that. I'll probably do that because I would get just more variety, switching it back up again. Not really taking a break because I'm still always doing mathematics, but like I said, it's impossible for me to show every step, so just exposing myself to new contexts to get a variety of words, and just do different things that I like to do. So that's it. Probably some market activity. Definitely book club. I really like doing that actually. Linguistics. Probably do something with language learning specifically. Certainly Cyrillic based or articulated language, and maybe just do a differentiation of the different Slavic languages. But jumping off with the history book. So that is the summary life update. I'm not sure I'll title this. Probably a $500,000 guarantee because again. My money is where my mouth is. My constitutional rights are violated. It is illegal. All I'm asking for is for financial stability. That's it. Not publication, not acknowledgement, just the ability to feel financially stable by my own as a man. That would be convenient and nice, and legally obligated, and the most basic step of human decency ever. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.